brand new banger.
It's Nukkle HeDD Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit, and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Tuesday night, and you know what that means. It's Nukkle HeDD Comics. We in the building. I just got a notification that there was some problem in the refresh page. I don't think we have a problem. We're live on everything, so.
As far as I can tell, I got the notification that the video was up.
Yeah, Janelle's commenting. Janelle's commenting. So, yo, what's going on, Janelle?
What's up, everybody? And tonight we got episode 2 and 3 of Daredevil to talk about. We got episode 1 and 2 of the Darth Maul show to talk about. Which Disney, see, remember I did the rant where I was like, yo, Disney, why the fuck are you releasing shit on the same time that we are fucking streaming? But they released the Darth Maul show Monday, giving us enough time to watch it so we could jump on here live and react.
Word.
The next day and not a week later.
Word. Shit. And not for nothing. That show is it's serious, but I like the graphics because it seems a little different than the Clone Wars things. It almost seems like a more adult version.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely more towards Andor than it is Clone Wars or Rebels.
Yeah. It seems like this show was actually written for live action, and then they said, "Now let's just do it anime."
Well, again, like I said before, this was taken from George Lucas's original ideas for the sequel trilogy. And, at this point, animation, when done like this, can serve a way better purpose than live action.
Yeah.
There's just too many limitations in live action for this to come off the way it should be. It should feel.
Yeah, and if you keep it serious and it's not like kiddie and all that, you can actually tell a story with it. Like this story could run congruent with the actual Star Wars the way that the Clone Wars did.
That's why anime itself is such a big genre. Because there is some fan service and some stupid shit and comedy and all that, but there are shows that you like. Ooh, okay, we are in for something. Matter of fact, what was the Demons of the Shadow Realm? That's the spiritual successor to the Full Metal Alchemist anime. I saw the first episode of that. That shit was like, okay, we're here to tell a story. Because normally, anybody knows, anybody would tell you, you got to give anime 3 episodes to determine if you're going to watch it or not.
Yeah, right?
This was 1 episode, and I was like, I'm in. I'm fully bought in. And it's kind of the same with with this Darth Maul show. After the first episode, I was like, yo, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
This feels like the Boba Fett show we should have got.
Right? Because Boba, even Hawk, he loves Boba Fett, and he's even like, yo, that fucking show didn't do him right. Like, that's not how he was supposed to be. But
you know why? Because I mean, we might as well start off with Maul, since we're already doing it.
yeah,
But this show does something that is fundamentally different than what they did with Boba. Because in Boba Fett, they try to ride that line where he's an anti-hero, right? Maybe he's not fully bad like he was. Maybe he's now somewhat good. He had the fucking fake Power Rangers with him at one point.
yeah,
And his crew and all that. Here, they don't stray away from Maul being the bad guy. But they do something interesting where they go, but doesn't he have a point though?
almost like Thanos.
Yeah, so he's not an anti-hero. He's not anything other than what he's always been. But you're like, fuck, he might be right in this moment.
So I don't know the timeline, but I watched a thing that kind of like filled me in with the timeline of Maul, and somebody said that one of his syndicates were the people responsible for giving the location of the second Death Star.
Yes, but I believe he was already dead before that happened.
Okay, so because it was like this guy was responsible for the rebellions winning again or some shit like that.
Yeah, so this all takes place way before Rebels, and way before what happened with him, or this might actually take place after what happens in season 7 of Clone Wars, where he fought Ahsoka, and then before he meets Ezra in Rebels. This happens in that timeline, in that time frame, I believe.
Okay.
And as we know in Rebels, he famously met his final end with Obi-Wan. And that's before Luke. That's before he took Luke in episode 4 in The New Hope.
Yeah. Shit. Let's talk about Maul for a second, because he was one of the species of the Sisters of Davamore, right? His mother was that Grand Witch.
It was the Night Sister.
The Night Sister, but then she gave him like the Force, because they had Force magic or some shit, and
so they had their own magic.
Yeah, but he had like the Force, or she gave him something.
Force sensitive.
To make him this guy's Padawan. Is it a Padawan? Or just
apprentice. It's an
apprentice
for Sith.
Yeah, so he's the apprentice now, and then he gets killed by Obi-Wan.
Well, cut in half, really.
They thought he died.
Yeah, because
he goes crazy.
Everybody knows when you're doing lightsaber, rock, paper, scissors, stab to the gut is the paper. It beats everything. Getting cut in half is the rock, because you can still survive. And losing a limb is scissors.
Yeah, they chop it off. But yeah, so then he goes crazy, turning like a half spider shit or whatever. And then what? The Night Sisters bring him back to life, or they reconnect
So,
his.
so what happens is he gets cut in half. They find out that he survived on pure hatred and the dark side alone, and he forged those spider-like legs with just junk that he found. Then when the Night Sisters find him, they restore his mind, and they reforge his legs into like essentially bionic legs. And then somewhere down the line, he gets a new set of bionic legs.
Okay. But then like
I believe he gets a new set because there was mention of two different set of regular legs because the one in Solo, I think see that this is where it gets confusing because he shows up in so many different new timelines now because everybody's doing shit weirdly. So the one in Solo either had the legs from the cartoon or had the new set that he got. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, but so the crazy shit with him is that would you say that like he followed the dark side almost blindly, right? And then he learned from Sidious and he wanted to be the thing. He got betrayed pretty much. And then
Yeah, so he
became
does have three distinct sets of legs. He
what
had the spider legs. He had the Night Sister legs, where they reformed what he had already, and then he got humanoid legs, prosthetics, given to him by Death Watch, and that's what he was wearing during Solo. So he
okay.
had the third set during Solo.
All right. So he was like almost following blindly with the dark side, and then he got betrayed, and then it's almost like now he's on the path of some kind of righteousness or like revenge because
So that's the funny misconception that Sam Witter talks about in some of his interviews and kind of why they wanted to do this show, where he mentions people was like, oh, he blindly followed the dark side, but he's saying that if you pay attention, he didn't blindly follow it. Palpatine chose him because he was smarter than people give him credit for. He was more cunning than people give him credit for. He fully understood what the mission was. He fully understood what the dark side was. He wasn't blindly following. He just had a loyalty. And then he was saying that this show is supposed to answer a little bit of why he never turned Palpatine in. Why
okay.
he never said anything. Like he never went, hey, Palpatine, like during the Clone Wars itself, and where came back, he never told the Jedi what was going on. And I truly believe it's one of those things of he knew what the plan was. He was willing to follow the plan. And then when he got betrayed, as we see in this first episode, these first two episodes, when he got betrayed by the crime bosses, why would he go and tell the Jedi failing system where he could buy his time and take care of him himself? Because you hear him tell the Mandalorian he wants to go after Palpatine, or he called him Sidious.
Yeah.
He wants to go after him himself.
But he knew he wasn't powerful enough to beat Sidious because that's when Sidious killed his brother when both of them were fighting him.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't powerful enough, and I think at this point he knows, if I'm not mistaken, because again, this is somewhat taking inspiration from George Lucas's idea, somewhat, some new shit that they're doing with this, but I believe at this point he knows that it is futile to go after the Empire. Because the Empire's in full swing now. It's futile to go after the Empire when he can just go after and rule all the underground shit. So the Empire has blind spots. Well, if you rule all the blind spots, you might actually have more power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear you. Shit.
Now we see him get Talon.
And that's the girl.
Yeah, that's the girl who again was originally supposed to be his apprentice and supposed to be the main protagonist to the sequel trilogy, which I think that would have been fucking awesome.
So is that why? So this is before Rebels, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna lead up to why he was going crazy in that place.
And which place?
Where Ezra found them. Remember, he was kind of like exiled.
Yes. This might lead up. See,
That's the problem when you tell his story, so it's like out of place, out of time.
yeah. This is the problem when you have so many stories you want to tell, but you're confined to a fucking timeline. Because coming off of this show, how does he get to Rebels? How does he get to that point? How does he wind up losing everything and dying to Obi-Wan in the desert? What the fuck happened to Talon? Where the fuck she go? How come she's not around doing anything anymore? And like, yeah, you can go in there and fill in those gaps now, but if I told you to write the alphabet from A to Z, I bet you can do it. But if I told you fill in the gaps of what's missing in the alphabet and just showed you a blank page with some random letters, I bet you'd have to sit there and be like, A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't just be able to look at it and be like, boom, 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 boom. You'd have to be like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at a sheet of paper with some letters, and they're trying to fill in the gaps now. But you got to remember that G comes before J. But you already told us what happened with J.
Yeah.
So we gotta be very careful about how we implement this shit now.
Do we know how many episodes there are of this? Or?
Let's see, 10 episodes.
Okay, you think they're gonna drop two a week, or is this gonna be just the two premiere and then the? You think it's gonna be 2 a week, or is it gonna be just 2 now and then 1 next time?
Funny enough, it's telling me right here. It's
Okay.
2 episodes released weekly, with the finale on May 4th. May the 4th.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
So, this also is telling us this new 10-episode animated series, plus it explores the character more after the Clone Wars, focusing on his time during the reign of the Galactic Empire as he builds his syndicate, his crime syndicate, on the planet of Jinx.
Yo, is it me? Or is Star Wars like leading the front in Spanish fucking characters?
Yo, yeah, because now we have Andor, we have
The cop in this one?
Organa, Senator Organa, we have the
Yeah.
cop in this one here. And I know that's only 3, but that's 3 major players.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, because that dude is almost like a secondary lead, the cop in this one.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn. Like,
See, you said that Spanish people didn't exist before what 1990 or some shit, and here they are in a galaxy far away.
yeah, we had to go to another fucking galaxy. That's what it was. We had to go to a galaxy to be seen. We couldn't play the fucking Super Bowl, but we could be in the fucking intergalactic war. And that makes some sense. But I want to see, because this cop seems like he's smart. The robots don't, but I guess they got that basic programming shit.
Well, his partner seems pretty good.
Yeah,
Two.
I don't know. You know, I don't.
Twice, or it's something that repeats itself. That name.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't remember names like that. But yeah, I don't know who that girl was that he was talking to that knew all that shit. Was she a crime boss too, or?
That's a character we've never seen before. And I'm assuming she definitely is of the underground, of the underworld. Some sort of mistress, maybe? Nightclub promoter. You know, it is Star Wars. We don't know too much about
That is true. Yeah, we don't know much about the
criminal underworld, you know, other than spice.
yeah. That like the best we got for that was Solo, but even that was limited.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to fucking get that from Boba Fett and the Hutts. Because wasn't the Hutts in control of that shit?
Tatooine, yeah.
So that would have been nice to get that from them.
I'm telling you, man, the shit you could have done. Where you could have had him in present day be the ruthless fucking Boba Fett we know. Take over the crime scene, do the dirty work, do some shit. And if you wanted to make him more sympathetic, well, during his flashbacks, where he got out of the Sarlacc pit, where he was with the fucking the Tusken Raiders. Like, that's where you build. Okay, we can have sympathy for him, and we now understand why he was driven in this direction. Instead of trying to soften him overall.
I think that he has a soft spot for apprentices because of his betrayal from Palpatine.
Who we talking about?
Maul.
Well, I think Maul. I'd have to verify it because I don't know if there's an actual answer to this. But I think Maul always was driven to have an apprentice because he always had a feeling that there was a right way to pass down the dark side, and Palpatine just was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Plus, so this is something I wanted to bring up, right? Darth Maul thinks he has an advanced open view of the world and the difference between light and dark. And I think he wants to pass that down because the Sith way is too closed off and the Jedi way was too stringent.
Narrow-minded?
Didn't work. So neither of them worked. So based on him knowing both, or knowing one and seeing the other, I think he has this weird twisted sense that he alone has the definitive way of aligning with the Force.
Would you say, and this is just me hearing what you're saying, and I'm trying to connect some dots. Would you say that Maul is like the dark side version of Qui-Gon?
Now, I think I would say yeah. Now, given his experience and given him a little more fleshed out, I would say yeah, he would be the dark side version of Qui-Gon.
Because what you're saying is very similar to Qui-Gon. Because Qui-Gon believed that you could have, possession or like love people in the Force and.
Yeah, I think the big difference is Qui-Gon, because he was a Jedi, wouldn't have had the ego to think that he was 100% correct.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon would have just been like, this is one way they say to do it. This is another way to say to do it. Where I think Maul, like if you look at how Maul interacts with Talon, she's like, oh, I'm a prisoner here. And he's like, well, if that's how you see yourself. Because he's trying to show her that that your perception is skewed. And if you could see the way I see things, and the way I see things for how they are, you would know that you're not a prisoner here. You can leave whenever you want.
And you have the power to get out of this.
Yeah, because every time he says, get out. If you wanna leave, leave. And she's like, well, I can't because you won't let me. He's like, well, if you think I won't let you, then sit here.
Because you have to believe that you can do it in order to do it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because isn't that something where the Jedi is telling her we don't need to steal, people will be, okay to us and blah, blah, blah. It's almost like stopping her from doing stuff and trying to teach her the right way to do things. And Maul is like, you have the freedom to be you. And to a lot of people, especially kids, that's a very appealing fucking proposition.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna bring this up because thinking about that opening scene. So the wider discussion here, right? Because of your talent, how do you still have faith in a system in which you were raised in that almost crumbled without a fight the minute pressure was applied?
Yeah.
The second pressure was applied to the Jedi, they laid down and accepted.
And then exiled themselves. Like they're like, well, we can't be involved in this.
Yeah, so how do you not fall for what Darth Maul is saying? Because even myself, who I love the Jedi, I would never be a fucking dark side user. If the Force was real, I would be on the side of the light all day, every day. But watching Talon with that Jedi, whoever he is, in the beginning, when they're struggling and they're homeless, versus what Maul is doing, it's almost like the Jedi is the wrong way.
Yeah. It's almost like you're too peaceful. Like you're too, like, how can we put it? Because they were originally like, we're not supposed to be involved here. We're not police. And then they became police. And then the minute they got turned on, they're like, oh, well, we're not involved anymore. We're not police. Like, wait, what? No, dude, this is your war now. Like, this is what you did. Like, you're the reason why this is here, and you're the people that can stop it. So, hello.
Yeah, so I'm gonna equate this to a movie. There's a movie called See No Evil, or it's either See No Evil or Speak No Evil. It's one of those titles. There's a Swedish version, and then an American version that just came out with the dude who
from
played
Avatar?
Professor X in First Class.
Okay, yeah. Split.
Yeah, the dude who played Split. So in the Swedish version, so everything happens the same, right? This couple goes on vacation. They meet another couple. So it's the couple and the kid and their daughter, and they meet another couple who has a son. They meet on vacation. They get invited to their villa, right? The couple who's on vacation goes to the villa, and things spiral out of control. And the original the couple who invited them, turn out to be fucking weird, sadistic people. Turns out that the kid they have doesn't talk because his tongue was cut out because that's not their kid. They abducted him from another family that they did this to before the events of the film. And this is the fundamental differences. Spoiler alert for this movie, but this is the fundamental difference. In the Swedish version, the family is so fucking passive that even as they learn these guys are homicidal maniacs, they've killed other families, they've taken multiple children, they've mutilated the children, and every time something happens, they get rid of one, take another, all that shit. The family on vacation says nothing, tries nothing, does nothing, to the point where at the end of the movie, they get caught at a rock quarry, whatever the how the fuck you pronounce that word.
Yeah.
They do nothing as they get confronted by the bad guys. Their daughter's taken from them. Their daughter's tongue is cut out. They still do nothing. They get stripped naked, thrown at the bottom of the quarry, yeah, and stoned to death. And the message of the movie is that you could be so passive and so against confrontation that you go the opposite way, and now you become victimized willingly because you're too afraid to fight back. But the remake is the American remake. And in that movie, the family fucking fights back.
Yeah.
They don't take it. They fight back, they get the upper hand, and the kid that the kid that was abducted, who has his tongue cut out, gets in on it, and he fucking does some shit to hits Professor X from First Class. He hits him in the death scene, and like they leave now intact, now with their daughter still and this new kid. And I'd say that because you look at this, and which movie sounds better?
The second one, the American version.
Right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like the second version because you miss the message of the first one. You miss the message in order to convey, or in order to appease the sensibilities of Americans. And I can see your face. Because the message it's a little muddy. It's a little askew.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like what's happening in the first episode of Darth Maul, of the Darth Maul show. Because the Jedi's message is a little askew. It's a little muddy. And then you see Darth Maul's message, and you're like, that's got to be the right answer in these times.
Yeah.
Well, but if you go back to the movies, the more interesting movie is the original one.
You know what the thing is?
Good.
Well, all right. So just to go on your point, I think the issue with Star Wars is that the Sith or Darth Maul's solution. You know how they have long-term solutions for short-term problems.
Yeah.
I think the Sith's way is short-term solutions for long-term problems. It's like right now, this is the right thing to do. But when you play the long game, what they're doing is almost better. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you do need those little battles to win the victory sometimes.
But that's the thing. The Jedi was that original movie. They were so passive to the point where when it came time to the end, they fucking crumbled.
Yeah.
And I know people are gonna look at this and go, but they fought in the Clone Wars, and they. It's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's talking
They
about
got
after
wiped
Order
out with
66.
Order 66.
Yeah.
They failed to see the dark side rising up. They failed to act accordingly to prevent themselves from falling into a state in which that they could not recover from. And instead of coalescing together, instead of Yoda putting out a message, going all remaining Jedi, regroup on Dagobah, regroup on Endor, somewhere, and let's come up with a plan on how we can fight this, how we can show up, how we can live within what we're supposed to do and actually bring balance to this, so that the Empire doesn't win, the Dark City doesn't win. Yoda literally goes, "Yo, Obi-Wan, watch these two kids, or watch this kid. Well, I'm gonna go in hiding. We're done."
But also, if you think about it, the Jedi that believed in their mission of peace and tried to do something were the ones that, like, they're on their own. Like, so it's one of those things like, yo, we split up. You know, they all coming after us. We have to go in the hide and protect ourselves. Some of them, I think what really happened was some of them gave up their belief in the Force. It's kind of like, you know, talk about religion, right? We're not religious here, people, but it's like you grow up believing God. Something traumatic happens to you. And then you stop believing in God and you go in isolation. It's like, yeah, you're a Christian or a Catholic or whatever the case may be, but your connection to that is gone. Or you have somebody that's traumatized. They may leave the church, but their connection to the religion is so strong. So they live the righteous way and try to do the right thing. They just don't believe in the church.
Yeah.
But I think that's what happened with the Jedi. It's like you had a bunch of them that just disconnected themselves from the Force out of pure, we need to save ourselves. And then you had those that are like, okay, I need to do the right thing, whether I'm a Jedi or not. Like Ahsoka. You know, and even to some point, the one from Ahsoka season 1, the Guardian there that had his apprentice, like he was still teaching her the way of the Force.
Oh, talk about Shin Hati and Ray Stevenson's character.
Yeah. He was still showing her the way of the Force, because he wasn't technically a Sith Lord.
No, because again, there's a difference between the dark side and Sith.
Yeah. So I think that's the actual like thing of it, where you think, because even I think at one point Yoda was that, and when he started reconnecting with the Force and his purpose with Luke, when Luke brought that back to him, that's when he's like, okay, now I understand what you're talking about, connecting to the Force, and that's when he gave himself up to the Force.
But all that is 100% true. What you just said, but wouldn't it have been nice? Wouldn't it have been nice for them for somebody, and maybe this would have been Qui-Gon, had he had not suffered the ultimate fate of getting stabbed in the stomach. The fate that nobody in Star Wars history ever survived. I've never seen anybody get stabbed in the stomach and survive.
Except for
There's no
everyone.
exception. There's no exceptions.
Oh.
Two things, there are four things in this life that are 100% true and cannot be disputed. You have to pay your taxes,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Life is finite,
Yep.
right? They cannot make a movie about a black vampire hunter. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Impossible.
And if
Never
you
been
get stabbed in the stomach with a lightsaber/laser sword, you die instantly.
Yeah.
You do not. There ain't no coming back.
Ain't no coming back, man. Yeah.
Those are the
Oh,
four
yeah.
things in life that are 100% guaranteed.
And you can make all that. Flat nuts.
Yeah, you can take that to the fucking bank every day and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
But maybe Qui-Gon would have been the one to turn around and go, wait a minute. What they did in Genosha with these clones are not what we should have done. Why would he make a clone army? We are not we are peacekeepers. We are not wartime ready. We are not an army to wage this war. We have Maul. He's a dark side user. The dark side of the Force has risen. We know that there's only two of them. So if he's one, he's either the master or the apprentice. So there's only one more to find. We find Sidious. We put a stop to this. And there would have been a more concentrated effort into finding Sidious. And it probably could have prevented a whole bunch of things, because you kill Sidious, you kill Palpatine. Palpatine doesn't become in charge.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Qui-Gon is another one that they should have let be on the council. Because if you noticed, no one questioned them except for Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Because think about it. Oh, I want to train the boy. He's too old. Everybody too old. And then when Qui-Gon was like, nah, this is what I believe. Yoda was like, well, I trust you. Go ahead. Obi-Wan was like, I'm going to take over because Qui-Gon told me to. Okay. It's your responsibility. But when they're like, yo, the senator, something's going on here. Like, why is this? No, it's not our fight. Wait, what? You're too blind to see that there's corruption on the inside of the shit making your fight pointless? And you would think Qui-Gon would want the clones to at least have free will.
Yeah. Dude, Qui-Gon would have saved everything. That's why, again, he suffered the ultimate fate, the one act that you cannot come back from. Instant death, kill.
And then in that place, I cannot follow. He's been taken to Outworld.
Besides your dark side users, attack my fighters.
Attack my Jedi.
But back to the point we were saying, the viewpoints. Even if you look at the Clone Wars, who looks like a more interesting character, a character you would want to follow more? Obi-Wan, who's trying to uphold all the teachings and all the shit, and then you find out he's a fucking hypocrite? Or Anakin, who you know where he stands, and he does the perfect example. He's with Obi-Wan is with the Queen of Mandalore, and she had just been betrayed, and the guy who betrayed him is holding him at gunpoint, and he was like, "Go ahead, Jedi." We and you both know you can't kill me, let alone you can't kill me in front of her. Because it's not the Jedi way. And Anakin comes right up behind him, and again, instant death kill. Stabs him in the back. And he's
Yeah.
and what does he do? What? Motherfucker talks too much. It's something similar to that. Like
Yeah.
nonchalant.
He didn't say I couldn't kill him.
Just fucking stabbed this man. And
Yeah.
the other two were like, oh, Anakin.
To be honest with you, Anakin.
Looks like they make more sense.
Anakin, because the thing is this. Let's think about it. Ahsoka was the better Padawan. Not because she was like more skilled or anything. It's because Ahsoka realized that if you can betray me or put me in that easily and lose faith in me that easily, I cannot follow this. Where Anakin never felt like that. He was like, I have to do this for my master. I have to do this for my master. Where Anakin basically gave Ahsoka independence. And basically was like, listen, you can be whoever you want to be. I'm here for you. He treated her like the child that he never had. Or like the little sister he never had. Where Obi-Wan was trying to be a brother father. And Anakin never learned. Because imagine if Anakin would have learned what Ahsoka learned. He would have, instead of being a Sith Lord, he would have been like, yo, listen, Padme's in trouble. I need help. We cannot help you. Well, then I'm not with you no more. I'm going to stick with Padme.
Can you imagine a universe in which Qui-Gon lives, trains Anakin, Anakin still falls for Padme, he still finds Ahsoka as his own Padawan. They see what's going on with Genosha. Qui-Gon tries to talk sense into the council. The council's not listening. They still proceed to do what they want. Now we have a separatist faction from the Jedi, because you have Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and all the Jedi.
Count Dooku.
You have Count Dooku. You have Maul, and you have Palpatine with the Sith, and you have Qui-Gon, Anakin, Ahsoka, maybe Obi, and Amidala, and they have their own version that they're growing, their own teachings.
Shit.
Imagine that fucking dynamic where the Sith get eradicated because Anakin never joins them. The Jedi fall because they prone to hubris, and they had their fucking downfall. And what rises out of that is this new faction of Jedi who are teaching the Force. Like that could have been something fucking cool.
Yeah, it would have been. And you know what's crazy is that, like, in the cartoon, Yoda was a lot more intentional with his training with the little kids when they were making their lightsabers and they had to go find their crystal, kyber crystals. He was more of let them do it and giving them the faith to make the right decision. But when Anakin was involved, it's too dark for him. Where if like learning how to grieve and shit like that teaches you, you can feel that darkness sometimes and let it pass through you, instead of for trying to hold it in and letting it consume you. Because that's what happened. They didn't let him let it pass through him. It's you can't feel it whatsoever. It's like what is he gonna do if he can't release it? If he can't let it pass through him?
Yeah.
Because I mean, seeing his mom die was the turning point. It wasn't even Padme at that point. It was him doing that, and that as an act of aggression, like that could be a way of him letting it pass through him. Yeah, what he did was horrible, but still, he had that shred of still Jedi in him.
Yo, but can you imagine? Now, I know again this is what George Lucas had in his head, and he becomes Darth Vader. So this is a fixed point in the timeline
Yeah.
where he kills all the fucking Tusken Raiders, women, children, doesn't matter. He killed them all.
Yeah.
Can you imagine in our alternate timeline where Qui-Gon Jinn's still alive? He goes with Anakin to find his mom. Right? They get taken by the Tusken Raiders. She's taken by the Tusken Raiders. They go in. They save her, or they rescue her. She dies. And instead of Anakin going ham and ape shit and killing all the Tusken Raiders, we get a scene with him and Qui-Gon in which Qui-Gon allows him to take out his aggression and his anger in a lightsaber duel. That, what do you call it? That you could see Qui-Gon's only playing defense because he's allowing him to get all that emotion out.
To be cathartic.
And then it leads to a breakdown where Anakin learns through Qui-Gon that it is you're not a fucking robot, regardless of what Yoda says. You can have these emotions. You can live through this moment. You can grieve. You can do all that shit. How fucking powerful that would have been.
That'd have been real powerful.
But again, he has to become Vader, so
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. But it's
Shit.
fun to imagine what we could have had.
Yeah.
And, you know, if different choices were made.
Well, now here goes the path. Now in Ahsoka, she goes to that inner realm, and she talks to Anakin, and Anakin finds out her biggest fear is that she turns out like him because he was a master, and Anakin goes, "You have a choice not to be me. Just because I did it doesn't mean you have to do it." So we do get that little bit of teaching, but it's it's like to his apprentice.
Yeah, it's a teaching he never got and the lesson he never learned.
Which is crazy because if you dig deeper, that's kind of like a kid being scared of growing up to be like their drunk parent or the parent that's not, Mickey Mantle. Yeah.
Real quick, for those of you who don't know, Mickey's grandfather was a drunk who killed himself with alcohol and drugs. His father was a drunk who killed himself with alcohol and drugs. He was so afraid of becoming that he became it.
Yeah.
He fucked his whole career up early because he was so afraid of following in their footsteps that he wound up doing it.
It's just crazy. Shit.
And now, how would you how would you equate that to Ahsoka saying that she was afraid she turned into Anakin? Well, is she gonna turn into Darth Vader? No. But she sees Anakin. She sees what he's done. She knows what he's done. She sees how he acts. And then Sabine gets injured. And in Sabine getting injured, my first reaction is to just go ham on the person who did it, thus turning her into Anakin.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what Anakin would have done. And in your fear of not wanting to become Vader, you still wind up becoming Anakin. Because you don't fucking see where you're at. And in I can give you proof in a much light-hearted way. This is the complete opposite of what I'm talking about, but it's relevant. Our father had a habit of not reading shit and buying the wrong things. And a few months ago, twice in the span of 2 weeks, I did the exact same shit. Trying not to be him. Trying to be my own man. And I did the exact same shit. Didn't read a fucking thing and bought the wrong thing twice. So it does happen. That cycle can repeat itself. If if you're unjustly worried about turning into something instead of looking at what you have in front of you and controlling what you can. And again, I say mine is the lighthearted in jest because I'm not worried about not turning into my dad. It just happens to be a funny coincidence that I did the same shit he would have done.
Yeah, right?
But look at the deeper conversation we're having based on what I guarantee you the majority of people who are not in this world are like, but that's a kid's thing. Star Wars is for kids.
Yeah, Star Wars is for kids, my ass.
That's what I love about people who don't understand things and they think it's just childish. They don't see, they can't fathom that there's any type of depth in something that somebody would enjoy, be it comics or Star Wars or wrestling or video games or whatever the fuck. And it could go the other way too. You get a woman who loves buying handbags, and to the outsider, you're like, that's dumb. You're just wasting your money. How many fucking bags you need? And then you look into why she likes the handbags, and how there's some deeper meaning into it, and some deeper reasoning, and you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But both episodes came out. They were great. Darth Maul. He was a little. The only critique I'll give. He was a little too Vader-like.
Yeah, there was a lot of down the hall scenes when he pops out the lightsaber. It was like, all right.
Yeah. A little too much of that. But you know that's a small critique.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And you know,
here's a positive though. Watching him like this it's kind of like watching Daredevil now in season 2. We're like, oh, no, he's gonna kick everybody's ass. All right.
Yeah. But the crazy shit is, nobody, like, people fear him, but they're not like deadly afraid of him. Like that dude, like, yo, I'll help you out. Like that he's giving information. He knows better. It's almost like he's like, I'm not stupid, but I'm not as afraid of you as you think I am.
That's because they don't know. Remember, he's a whisper of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, either he doesn't know or he does know something. Because, you know, sometimes people are like, yo, this guy, he's dangerous. But if you stay out, if you give him something that he needs, he's not gonna do nothing. Like, he's not gonna kill you. So if you're useful, he's not gonna kill you. So I'm gonna be useful.
If you keep the camera rolling.
Yeah. You notice that they got that new lightsaber look now. That lightsaber looks like it was waving.
Oh, the beam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about that?
So, originally, the red lightsabers were made of fake kyber crystals that the Sith had to manufacture on their own. And that's the only way you got the red crystals. That they weren't real kyber crystals, they were fabricated. But then when Disney bought them over, they were like, somebody had the bright idea, like, that's dumb. Why would this make fake shit where
They needed
they
a big
can
kyber crystal to
they can
charge
take a
the.
real kyber crystal and bleed it?
Yeah.
And I like that more because bleeding a kyber crystal from its original form, pouring your dark side hatred into it, causing it to be unstable, I think makes more sense, and why you get that little
Yeah.
the flicker in the beam is because it's unstable. It's not in its natural state. You're forcing it to be something rather than letting it be something, which is literally the difference between the light and the dark side.
Yeah. And also, you got to be connected to your kyber crystal.
Yeah.
So when you bleed it, you lose the connection, and that connection now is a little wonky.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
see that.
it makes for a better story when like Ahsoka can find two lightsabers from a Sith somewhere and just purify them, and now you got a white blade, which is exactly how she got her. I think the Saito blade and her normal blade is she. You can see it. It's in they told us that she found two, that she killed a dark side user and then blood and purified him, and then they showed us a retcon version of the same thing where she was in a village somewhere. I think it tells of the Jedi. She was in a village and an Inquisitor came and she killed the Inquisitor and took his lightsabers because they had the dual saber thing, and she purified them. She purified it that way, or that's how she got the crystal purified. But either way, same shit.
Yeah, because didn't she do it twice? No, well, she had. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't she have the blue versions of those and like a green version of those, and now she has a white version, right?
So she only had the green. So she had a green lightsaber and a lime green Saito, which is the smaller blade,
Yeah.
which is something that they had to come up with to distinguish the two, so you could tell them apart.
Yeah.
Then
Because
she, what do you call it? Then she fought. I think it was an Inquisitor still, but she fought an Inquisitor somewhere else without her blades because she lost them when she left the Jedi Order.
yeah,
It's kind of like a turning your badge and your gun situation.
because I remember seeing a thing where I think she was fighting Maul, where she had two blue ones.
She might have, but I don't think those were hers. I think that.
Because imagine this. Let's get this one for a second. Imagine she gives up her first set to the Jedi Order, and then she gets a second set. And that second set, she actually bleeds the kyber crystals, because since she's in that fear of turning into Anakin, she actually does touch the dark side. And then when she realizes, like, yo, this isn't for me, like she snaps out of it, she purifies her own kyber crystals.
Okay.
Like, how dope would that be? Like, that's like a hidden story that like she went on her own journey and shit to figure that out.
So this is what happened. She has her own pair that were green. And yeah, so it was green, and then later a lime green added to the Shoto. There you go. That's what the Shoto blade. Then in season 7, she had lightsabers that were modified by Anakin with blue kyber crystals for the Siege of Mandalore. So they weren't hers. She just got another lightsaber that Anakin gave her.
Hold up, 1 second.
So when you bleed it, you lose the connection, and that connection now is for the one.
Wait, I just got notified we got an echo on YouTube. All right, keep going.
Is the echo coming from me?
It's coming from both of us. I'm gonna refresh this page real quick just to.
Am I live?
Recording in progress. All right. I don't know if that did anything, but
Let me see here. All right, so I don't hear it anymore.
Are you by yourself? Oh no. Okay.
Me, yeah. Who who else is here?
Okay, I don't hear the echo no more on this either. Okay, no, because when I went to the YouTube, it just showed you, and I was like, wait, did I not come back to the thing?
Oh,
So that's probably why I needed to refresh in the beginning of this. But, all right, let me use the bathroom real quick, and then I
so
want to.
while you do that, I'm gonna explain everything here, just so we don't have dead air. So again, in season the 1 through 3, she had her famous double pair, which is the Shoto blade, which is lime green, and her regular lightsaber, which was green. Then Anakin gave her a modified lightsaber that he had with the blue crystal in it, which she used for the Siege of Mandalore. And then she got again her blades, her final blades back by defeating the sixth brother and then purifying his red crystal back to white. So that's the journey of her. That's the journey of her lightsabers. Which, funny enough, here's a quick little story that I learned recently. The reason why Luke has a green lightsaber in the second movie, in Return, well, no, not Return, Empire Strikes Back, is because when he was doing the whole thing with Jabba the Hutt and standing over the Sarlacc pit and Tatooine, and he was standing there in the sun and the blue skies, they found out that the blue lightsaber was disappearing in the blue sky of Tatooine during the day, and you couldn't see the saber. So they literally had to just make it green so you can visually see it on screen, so it wouldn't blend in with the background of just the sky during that fight scene in the Sarlacc pit, which is fucking hilarious because that's the practical behind the scenes reason of why they have it. But there's there's always a reason, like an in canon reason for the change, because everybody knows that the blue lightsaber is for people who are more battle intensive. They're more fighting with the lightsaber intensive. Where if you have the green lightsaber, you're stronger connected to the force. You're more likely to use the force over the lightsaber. That's what the green color represents. So it kind of does make sense that in the beginning, you just handed him a sword, and he learned how to use the sword. And now that he's trained with Yoda, and he's kind of more mastered the Force, his blade that he would have made on his own would have been more green, because it wasn't his father's blade. Now this is his blade, and he's more connected to the Force than he is to fighting. He didn't even fight Palpatine at the end. He just out rationalized them. So in canon it makes sense, but that's the practical reason. I don't know if you heard any of that. You behind what? You How are you the only one who jumps on and not watching live?
I heard like the end of it.
So I was just so for the, I'll recap quickly for you. In Ahsoka season 1 through 3, I mean Clone Wars 1 through 3, she had the green blades.
Yeah.
Season 7, Anakin gave her a lightsaber that was modified with a blue kyber crystal. Then she killed the sixth brother and took his blade and purified that crystal. That's how she got the white ones now. Then I was just saying it as an answer, as a anecdote, that the reason Luke Skywalker had a green lightsaber in the second movie, in Empire, is because when they were doing the outdoor scene in Tatooine on the Sarlacc pit, he had his blue lightsaber, but as they were doing the film, they realized they couldn't see the lightsaber because it blended in with the blue sky in the background.
Yeah.
So to distinguish it, they changed it to green. for logistical reasons, just so you could see what the fuck was going on, and he wouldn't just have a blade and then it would disappear, and then it would come back.
So that's the real reason why there's different colored lightsabers.
So the real reason there's different colors is because red and blue is easy to tell good from evil.
Yeah.
Green because they had the blue blended into the sky. Purple because Samuel L. Jackson just wanted purple and wanted to be able to see himself on screen during the big battle and find out exactly where he was.
Yeah.
Yellow was kind of added as just like a throwaway. And then white was newly added after George Lucas. There is, I think, an orange one, but I don't think that one gets talked about a lot. And then the black saber, which is something, again, that just added later on.
Which the black saber's kind of dope because he actually forged that saber to look like that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of dope. And the meaning of it.
I like the fact that with that illustrated with the dark saber is the less connection you have to the force, the more the blade fights, the more you have to fight with the blade to use it. Because it is not, when they say it is the weapon of a Jedi, it's kind of like the Lawmaster from Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be a Jedi you can't just pick it up and anybody use it. And I know, Finn fucking picked it up. In the sequels, everybody fucking picked it up and did whatever the fuck they want with it. And Grievous was able to use it. Grievous is a robot.
Yeah, he doesn't need a connection.
Yeah. He has robotic strength. Plus, he was actually trained by Count Dooku how to use a lightsaber. So he might not have been super fucking force sensitive where he can use the force, but he might have been force sensitive enough that with his training and his love and knowledge of the lightsaber that it wasn't a problem.
Makes sense.
Or maybe we're overthinking it, and maybe it's only the dark saber that you need that fucking connection to.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Maybe the dark saber was changed when it forged, and that's why you need a connection to it, or you need to fully accept it, because now it's no longer light or dark.
Yeah. Plus, it also has that added thing that if you're the true wielder of it, you get to rule.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Anakin Skywalker called out to Luke. It called out to Rey. I'm pretty sure it called out to Princess Leia. These kyber crystals do have a connection.
Yeah, they all do have a resonance that you hear.
Yeah.
When you go find it.
So let's say they do that, right? Where Count Dooku either let General Grievous know if you kill the wielder of the lightsaber, that connection is gone, and that's why Grievous can wield the lightsabers no problem, because he becomes the new owner of it. Or he goes, I gotta teach you how to connect with these lightsabers before you use it, because you might not be the force connected, but you have to know, okay, Grievous ain't sitting there going, these are just toys. Did you ever notice Grievous does it, and then he pulls out all of them, and he starts, and it's like, okay, you want to fight me with a lightsaber? Let's fight lightsaber. He respects the fact that these are weapons, and he knows how to use the weapon.
Yeah.
Where Mando was like, this is not a weapon of my choice. I don't give a shit about this weapon. And that weapon was like, I don't give a shit about you either.
Kind of like the strongman competition, like a Ren's Fair or Carnival.
Yeah.
Where if you know how to swing the hammer, it's a different feel to the person who's just picking it up and just trying to swing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because once you get the technique down, everything is different.
Yeah.
Shit,
is he going to join us, or what is he doing?
It's showing that he's loading up, but I think he's here. Yo, Show, you here?
You'd have to unmute.
Yeah, man. I loaded.
I don't know why your camera ain't on.
Yo, I'm in the dark. You ain't gonna be able to see me.
You gotta say it right, bro. I know you ain't see the movie, but you gotta say it right. You never seen Son of a Woman, right?
No.
Well, Pacino is a blind vet, and he's yelling at the guy who played Robin. And, I'm in the dark here. I'm in the dark. That's how you gotta address me when you say you're in the dark.
All that to be a bad man.
The word, shit. Yo, dude, that is a hell of a fucking movie, man. I would suggest you watch it. You want to talk about learning life? Poof. There goes some shit right there. And if I was 10 years younger, I'd take a flamethrower to you. Shit.
So, Show, did you watch anything at all? I don't give a shit if it's what we're talking about or not. Did you watch anything since the last time you were on?
I told you on the side. I didn't get on because I didn't watch anything that y'all talking about.
I
And
don't
he
care
said,
if
you
it's
get
what
your
we're
ass
talking
on
about.
now.
Yo, I don't care if it's what we're talking. Did you watch anything? Did you watch Jeopardy? Did you watch Blue's Clues? Did you watch Blue?
The news.
Any fucking thing did you watch?
Nope. I ain't watched absolutely nothing. I've been at a hotel full of water and slides and shit. I didn't have time to watch anything at all.
How then contribute? How were the water slides?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I did see this episode of Superman where he whooped Batman's ass, and it's exactly how I thought it would happen.
Is that you actually saw the episode or you saw the post where the dude's like, that's how it's supposed to be all the time?
God damn it, Toe. I'm
Because
trying to fucking say something.
Dude, I'm the one who put that fucking post in the chat, bro.
But you're
But
not supposed to tell your brother. You don't got
but-
that in there.
Well, we can talk about that because let's fill cap in. I think this is the first time that they meet Superman, Batman, and Green Lantern. So I think this is the first time the Justice League meet up. And Batman's trying everything he can do to beat up Superman, and Superman's catching the thing, and he's like, yo, bro, I can see you. When he put the smoke bomb, and he's fucking Batman up. And then Green Lantern comes in and puts it with the chains. You've seen this cartoon. It's like a movie cartoon. And and like he breaks Green Lantern, and the guy's commentating and goes, that's right, Superman is stronger than willpower. This is supposed to happen every time they fight. He's like, Batman is not supposed to be whooping Superman's ass.
Yo, he tried everything.
Yo, you gotta send me that video.
It's on Instagram though. I gotta, I see if I can fucking find it. But yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, that's supposed to be what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Superman's not supposed to be getting his ass whipped by Batman.
Unless Martha is involved.
Yes. Oh, speaking of shit, Marvel Studios boss says She-Hulk is one of their best performing TV shows.
Now, what boss said this? Is this Fahey?
Brad Winderbaum.
I don't know.
Marvel Studio TV head. He said that he claims that the negative response to the show was only from the fans of the MCU. It just hit the general audience, so there was a mismatch between fans and audience response.
Oh, hold on. Time out. The only people who didn't like your product are the ones who read the fucking product and know who the character is. That's you know what you just told me, sir? You just told me that the only people who have a problem with my cooking are the people who know how to cook and not the homeless people who are starving that I feed it to.
Yes.
The only people who didn't like it are fans of the MCU. I wonder why the fuck that is.
Yo, you want to laugh real quick? This has nothing to do with anything. You want to laugh real quick? Because this made me laugh when I watched it. Joe, you can you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, hold on. Let me. I just want to.
What am I? What was that?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I'm gonna take a stab at this. The reason Toe was laughing this hard is because he knows one day this is going to happen to him. Except he's gonna be the one behind the wheel, waking up out of a night terror, and I'm gonna be the one in the passenger seat yelling, "What the fuck was that?"
I don't know.
Shit, I've been dying on me.
Shit. That shit was just, I don't know why I saw that and I just started dying. All right, I'm back to looking up the shit I was.
I sent it to you.
Okay. What was that?
We're gonna transition into Daredevil.
Yeah, just let me show you this real quick.
Most accurate fight between Batman and Superman ever shown.
So, what can you do?
Easy work. Easy work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't.
You remember
don't
this
give me
one.
anything
I remember this
else
cartoon.
besides this. This is how every battle. What? A smoke grenade?
I can still see you.
I see you. Easy work.
The creature that attacked me had one of those boxes you have.
Dude isn't trying. Batman nervous.
A friend of yours, I assume?
I love this. One of my favorite scenes ever.
So I'll ask you.
Dude, he's not trying. Batman's giving him everything. Get that off me. Oh, wait, what is it? Oh, a little sonic device? I'm freaking Superman. Okay, you got the cape moving a little bit. Oh, easy work.
I don't know how Batman dodged that.
Oh,
Because he didn't try
drop
to
this
hit him.
is special, baby. Caught him before he
What are these
landed.
boxes for? Talk while you still can.
Trying to.
Round 2, Flyboy.
Yo, Green Lantern, I'm not even gonna lie, in this movie was a complete joke.
He the only one that
Complete
can
joke.
get hit.
They just used this dude to just get
You know,
wrecked and everything.
technically they say Green Lantern can
little
kill
move right there,
Superman.
I'll give him that, but dude was just getting wrecked the entire movie.
Chains? You're funny.
Easy work. Willpower what? Willpower what?
We won't stop him.
Yeah.
He's pissed off. We
Yeah,
have to
you're not
talk.
gonna stop him. You should never be able to stop. You should never.
Is he talking to the Batman in the back?
Stop.
Yeah.
The most accurate fight between
You
Batman
should
fair.
never.
Batman didn't have 2 days to prepare.
That is true.
So you think if he comes in there prepared, he might get
Now-
Superman?
I want to point something out to you guys. That is based off of the new 52 version of Superman. And for those who doesn't know what that is, DC in the last 20 years have went through a fucking identity crisis, and I'm not talking about the storyline. They reboot the DC universe every 5 to fucking 7 years. I don't know why. it started with what they called the New 52. Because they had, they slimmed down their roster to a certain number of heroes that they were going to write. And they were going to release a new issue every week for the year. So 52 weeks, 52 issues. So that's hence the New 52. And everybody got a new look, everybody got a new power set, everybody got a new origin, and blah, 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 blah. That was based off of the New 52 versions of these characters. Because if anybody knows, Clark gets, the original version of Superman gets electrocuted on the daily. And he's weak to magic and shit like that. So the Green Lantern should have been way more effective than that.
He should have been, yeah. I that's the thing I don't like when people start changing powers and shit, and it's like, oh, we got to make that shit weaker than what the fuck he was. Like, come on, man. If you're not gonna make everybody weaker, you can't make one person weak.
You don't play fighting games where they nerf characters, they change the meta.
It's because they want them to fucking. Well, they want everybody to use everyone else.
It's not that. It is not that. It is not the devs wanting blah 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 blah. It's motherfuckers complain because they can't beat somebody who has a certain thing. Everybody's beating the game with Rivers of Blood. Makes the game easy. All right, well, patch it. Now Rivers of Blood sucks. Now you got to use a different weapon that is nowhere near as good.
Well, then they should make every weapon able to be the best it can be.
So, this is the funny part. Like, especially with Elden Ring. That is the case. Every single weapon can be. You just have to build accordingly. You can't just put your stats wherever the fuck you want and force that round peg in the square hole.
Yeah, I mean, people are fucking stupid.
So, transitioning into Daredevil.
All
We had episode 2, which I'm not gonna lie, I think episode 2 was a little bit disappointing. To the point where we were literally talking about like what the fuck happened in that episode.
Yeah, that was the reason why they put episode 2 and 3 out together. Must have been because they like, all right, this is a filler episode, and we're gonna drop it with something else. That way, we don't get no backlash.
Yeah. I think the big reveal was the fact that the person behind the Kingpin satire videos is BB Urick, who I think that's a little disappointing. It would have been more interesting if it was the Lieutenant Mayor, James Gandolfini's son.
Oh, the one that's supposed to be finding out who the mole is?
Yeah. It would have been
that
more
would have been
interesting
something.
if it was him. Because he called it out immediately when she sat down in the thing. He's like, I know it's you. You're the only one who had who had the access to my laptop, and that video is from my laptop. So just stop doing it, so I don't have to report you and get you killed. And then it turns out to be her. As she's sitting there like, me? Never. I declare. Like,
Yeah, like, you suck at this, honey.
yeah. Then, are we 100% sure that dude, what do you call it, the cop has a heart attack, and Daredevil beats the shit out of everybody and gets unmasked, and then Bullseye kills everybody?
No, that happened in part 1.
That happened in episode 1, right?
Yeah. Episode 2 is when they raid his house and Karen takes the guy. Yeah, okay, that's what happened. Karen kidnaps the fucking guy.
That's how bad episode 2 is. We don't know what the fuck happened in it.
Yeah.
And we watched it.
So episode 2 is they're looking for Deadpool. Well, they were looking for the second guy, but they're looking for Matt Murdock and Deadpool. And they're like, why don't you just fucking say that Matt Murdock is Deadpool? And that's when he goes, hold up.
Daredevil, not Deadpool.
Yeah, well, he's like, well, hold up, because he's not Deadpool. He's Daredevil. That's number one. I'm not going to tell a lie. And then he goes, he saved my life. So now people go look for him to save him because he's in trouble. And it's like, yo, that's kind of a genius chess move. Because now you can't go outside as Matt Murdock. And you can't go outside as Daredevil.
Yeah. And I think this is where also we get a glimpse into the Doctor who's... No, because again, that might have been episode 1 where she's talking with the swordsman and fudging all of his answers.
That was episode 1, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Episode 2 is when the other lawyer... No, that was episode 3. When the other lawyer went and talked to her like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm sorry that happened to you, whatever. And she called Matt a liar.
Yeah. So, episode 2, big reveal that it was B.B. Urick in the satire videos in the Mask of Kingpin. They threw a kibosh in the plan for Daredevil, who was trying to sneak on board the ship by releasing the fact that Matt Murdock is being essentially held hostage and might have been killed by Daredevil. So they're looking for him. Then they were attacked at the place they were staying in. And Karen Page did kidnap one of the anti-vigilante squad members.
Yeah.
And that's where
the AVT is from.
Huh?
The AVT, Anti-Vigilante Task Force.
Yes. All along why Vanessa Fisk is worried that Bullseye might show up and finish the job.
Vanessa.
But what everybody laughing at what I meant.
Because when you said Vanessa, I said Vanessa.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know, it's funny because you think about it. I think at the end of episode 2, Fisk and his wife are thinking about, can we leave this life and go be normal people?
Well, Vanessa's thinking about it.
No, but like Fisk asked the question, like, do you think we can actually do that? Like, you think we can actually be those people? And Daredevil and Karen are almost the opposite. Like, you think we could be those people that fight these motherfuckers? It's like they're accepting their role as like, yo, we got to get in this and be ruthless. We got a war to fucking fight. And now Kingpin and this girl, like, can we be? It's like you got normal people that wanted to live their normal lives and not be bothered. Going, now we got to fight. The people who started the fight going, can we be normal?
Oh, this also happened in part 2, I believe. The niece for the White Tiger.
Her mom got.
Her aunt were in a bodega where these kids are trying to steal some liquor because kids are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
She just tells them, yo, put it back. It's not worth it. They get all fucking high and mighty because, again, kids are fucking assholes. One of the task force cops show up. The owner of the bodega pulls a gun out on the kid. All hell breaks loose. The woman tries to intervene and save the kid. She winds up getting arrested.
Yeah.
Now, then the kid has the audacity. What does your boy say? The unmitigated gall.
Yeah.
To fucking stand outside and protest now as everybody's like, yo, ICE, the fuck out of here. The fuck you in our neighborhood for harassing people that are not fucking vigilantes. As they arrested the store owner, they arrested the aunt, and somehow the kid that they wanted to arrest in the first place fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
He's in the crowd now yelling back, "Get out of my neighborhood."
Ice. Which is what the fucking feels like we're watching.
Yeah, but you know why that feels like we're watching that? Is because we're watching a fascist regime here. That's what the Kingpin does, right? You set up everybody who's only accountable to you, only answers to you, doesn't give a shit about anything else, when you yourself has to work within a system. Well, you buck the system. The system doesn't work for you, so you do whatever the fuck you want. And you're backed by people who just follow you blindly. And it only feels like that because, again, we're not really a political show, but that's what the fuck happened in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They went in, a bunch of yes men, and fucking followed blindly. And got themselves in situations that they shouldn't have been in. And were brazen enough to act because they know that the person on top doesn't give two shits about actually upholding justice. So we're living in a time that where art is imitating life. And it's weird because luckily I haven't seen too much of this rhetoric, but this isn't a statement on what is happening in our world. It just so happens that the statement being made in the show is close to what's happening.
Yeah.
This was already planned out before all this shit was taking place. Kind of like how the Simpsons wind up predicting shit. And they did it like 15 years before it happens. Like,
but I mean,
and do you know why they look very similar? Because much like I keep saying with the fucking pyramids in Machu Picchu and the pyramids in Egypt and wherever the fuck else you want to put a pyramid, there's only one fucking way to do it mathematically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all this shit looks the same because that's how the fuck it looks. But episode 3 was a much stronger episode. Was a way better episode. This is not where we now see the machine in action, the fascism in action, because now the governor comes down. And the governor's trying to do that little power play. We're like, yo, you're the mayor. I run this entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
They gave, what do you call it? They gave the mayor a little bit of knowledge about the port. And what might be really going on and what jurisdiction he has and how she can try to maneuver in to prevent him from doing his shit. Fisk is trying to figure out how to deal with her in a political way, because you can't just fucking, I'm the mayor, bang. Like, you can't do that shit to the governor.
Yeah.
Then we get the fucking trial where the swordsman knows what the game is. He knows this is a losing battle.
That's why he said it when the trial was like, oh, this is for the performance. This is for this. It's like,
this is where they,
this is a technicality.
They get their thing.
Yeah. Because he probably seen corruption and shit like that. Because he would have to be from another fucking country or some to live through that, or he's got to be a historian. Because if you're a fenceman or a swordsman like that, you have to be cultured in different.
And again, not to sound political, but if you read your history, if you know history, the reason we can call something fascist is because it looks the same no matter who does it. There's signs that tell things that happen. If you're that much into history, you know what the fuck comes next. And he's seen it. He knew that the judges he knew that this wasn't a trial. He knew this was a dog and pony show where you say certain phrases, he goes to jail and disappears. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Because the people who you would talk to are the ones, the people who can do something about it are the ones doing this to you.
'Cause that was fast. Like, how do you plead not guilty? All right, the jury's back in with
Guilty.
the decision. What? We didn't even go through deliberation. Like, we didn't. Where's the witness? Where's the witness? I only had 12 minutes to prepare for this, Your Honor. Well, that was long enough. You should have been better.
Yeah. Yo, it was literally almost like, Your Honor, may I approach the bench? You didn't give me enough time to actually set up a defense for my client. And the judge was so this was figuratively, because not literal figuratively, the judge's response was, well, your client shouldn't have been a vigilante.
Yeah.
He knew this law was going to be passed eventually.
Word.
Because what they made it seem like, as you see him on camera saving people from muggers, they turned around and said he was violently just beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
What?
So, show, so far, you have any questions on the show?
Oh, we didn't even
Not
get
even
to the best part of part 3, but yeah, go ahead, show.
No questions so far. So far, I already know to jump to episode 3. That's the best one.
Well, watch them all, man, because that's what the fuck we get paid to do.
Nah, no, I'm just fucking with you.
I mean,
But yeah, also you wanna know the story that's happening too.
Yeah.
Story and this shit is actually kind of dope.
And also, don't forget to put in your complaint to HR, because I just said we get paid to do it, and I haven't seen a paycheck yet.
You got paid.
That's okay. They gonna pay us 10 years later. His back. He gonna backtrack. We owe you 10 years. Boom.
I'm about to turn into Roddy Piper. Like, YouTube, we're making you pay through the nose.
Word. Shit.
So the best part of episode 3, I mean, as fascinating as that was, seeing it play out, the whole farce of a trial, was when Daredevil's like, all right, I'm gonna go get the weapons. And he talks to his former colleague, because she was at the base. She went in there to talk to the Swordmaster, so she knew, oh, we took 3 steps and turned, and we took 4 steps and went down the hill, and all that shit. As he went in to go find the weapons, he finds the people. He hears the people, and then he goes to free them instead of getting the weapons. And oh my God, was that one of the most satisfying battle scenes, as him and the swordsman are fucking up every fucking person.
Dude,
that
this
showed
guy,
up.
this guy has become merciless. Like, you sit there and you like, Batman has a code of ethics where he can't kill nobody. It's like Daredevil had that same code, but Daredevil learned quickly. That doesn't mean I can't break every bone in your fucking body.
Dude, he's become that whole thing where, oh, he doesn't kill, he just fights me. Cool. If I lose a fight, great. Now that's what he used to be. Now he's not gonna kill me. He's gonna make me wish I died.
Yo.
Which is worse than just killing me.
Yeah. He's gonna maim you.
Yo, he turned some of them into paraplegics. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And the swordman was fucking great.
Yeah, he was fighting with that rebar like it was a fucking sword.
Now, the only issue I have is an issue I said during season 1. Right? Because the niece of White Tiger shows up again.
Yeah.
And helps Karen Page and helps them eventually all escape. She cuts the tires on the thing. Like, it's a thing that she does. And I have an issue with that character. And before anybody fucking jumps on here and says a whole bunch of bullshit, my issue is with the age of the character, not the character herself.
Yeah, she does
In
look
the
like
comic, she's a girl. I don't care. She's a girl.
Yeah.
The actress herself is actually pretty good. I don't have a complaint with the actress. The writing of the character so far seems to be pretty good. I don't have a complaint with the writing of the character. I have a complaint with the fact that the character looks like she's fucking 12 years old. And if you're gonna fucking take over for the White Tiger, unless you're gonna join the what the fuck they call them? Not the Avengers kids. The
Young Avengers.
The Young Avengers?
I think so.
Unless you're gonna join the Young Avengers, I have an issue with Bruce Wayne taking a fucking 13-year-old into battle and putting him in a costume. I don't give a shit how well you train him. I don't give a shit she got the medallion. This is a fucking kid. She's too young for this. And that was my issue in season 1, where I was like, oh fuck, because I know she takes over. And maybe, remember I was telling you, maybe you just switch them out for an older actress, or you do a time jump, or you don't do it until she's old enough. But,
yeah.
But we're here. We're here with baby Grogu. And let's see what him and blind Darren fucking have to do. Hopefully she's just in this one episode, and this is just a precursor to something down the line. But, and again, it's just because of the age of the character, not the character herself.
Yeah.
Or the actress.
So, real quick, because
we missed the end. Then it ends with all of them escaping, and Kingpin blows up the fucking ship. And all the fucking workers that were on the ship trying to recover it and move it out of the fucking port. And of course he's gonna blame that on Daredevil.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's the thing about having a vigilante that everyone hates. You can do whatever you want, just blame it on him.
Yeah.
The one thing that's crazy is that Fisk is starting to realize he's not in control of shit. His Fontaine was the one that this guy called, and now the governor's down there doing all this shit, and you could see him like even the wife was like, yo, she's testing you because she's afraid of you. And Fisk has this thing where it's like, I don't give a fuck what she is, she's disrespecting me and I gotta destroy her. Like you could see in Fisk's eyes, he has this thing where he's like, yo, I want to kill you in the worst way possible, but I can't right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to.
I can't even be merciful and kill you quickly right now.
Yeah. You know, it's like it's once you're no longer where you're at, your life is over.
Yo, and I can't remember for the life of me which episode it's in, but we got a glimpse as to why I fucking hate trainers. Kingpin is learning to box. He got his trainer. Yo, Vincent D'Onofrio, you should have learned to box for real and before you showed up. Because Kingpin, if that's what you showed me about how Kingpin fights, I would have laughed my ass off and be like, who the fuck, anybody can whoop this dude's ass. This motherfucker can't fight. Like, if I didn't already know Kingpin,
yeah,
I'd be like, Dad, come on, Chase Demore threw better punches than that. But he sits down with that second in command, Alistair Smythe, as I call him.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck his actual name is. But the trainer is sitting there. Clearly, what the fuck is being said is more important than the training he's doing. But he will not relent and get the fuck up while he's sitting down. No breaks. And what does Kingpin do? gets up and punches this man halfway across the room into a wall. Probably killed him. Who knows? But that's why I don't like trainers. They don't know when to shut the fuck up. That man would still be with us today if he didn't say shit and just let Kingpin rock for a second.
Word. Buck Cashman.
Who?
His name is Buck Cashman.
The actor or the character?
No, the actor is Artie Porchon. The character is Buck.
What? I've never heard them say Buck in that show.
Unless got a different fucking name, but well, let me show you. I don't know why I have all this shit and it's taking forever.
You know exactly why.
Him right here, right?
Yes, that's him.
His name Buck Cashman.
When the fuck did they ever call him Buck?
Joe, that's your question.
Yeah, well, his name is Buck. And I think he's gonna have an affair with Vanessa. Or at least she's hoping that will happen one day.
Yeah, because their dynamic together is crazy.
On that note,
You know, like they say in the famous movie, the goddamn pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
the fuck movie is that?
Liar, liar.
Dude, you saw that shit more recently than I did.
You don't remember? He got blue all over himself. The goddamn pen is blue. In the office, he wrote it everywhere. He couldn't lie.
Dude, I have not seen that movie in about 15 years.
Yeah, but if I would have turned around and said, "Stop breaking the law, asshole."
All right. You're talking about one of 3 iconic lines. Because I also know the line where he's like, I ran a red light. I changed
that was
lanes
gonna be my
without
next
signal.
thing.
I was speeding. And I'm Jose Canseco. Like,
Yeah.
those are
I
pivotal
was
moments in
bugging
the
her
movie.
brains out. Is that what you want me to say? Is that what you want me to say? And
Those
then
are
the
pivotal
blooper.
lines in the movie, not a throwaway fucking
Shit. And then the blooper. Overactor. Oh.
Yeah, you Jezebel.
They told me to say it. All right, show. Based on what you heard from us, even though you wasn't listening, what'd you think? You gonna go run home and go watch Daredevil and be back next week? Episode 4?
Which drops today? Yes, I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Hell nah. He's still watching Predators.
And on that note, everybody.
And on that note, everybody, that show contributing to the show,
Yeah.
letting everybody know.
Hold on. And on that note, everybody, you have been watching Toe and the show and the comic book show that he watches sometimes, never really, on the Tuesday night.
And that's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Good night, everybody. Peace.